Anyway, hey everybody. Anyway, so um quite the interesting day. Whew. Insane actually. Really insane. And I'm like upset, but at the same time, like I'm not the type of person to live in those type of feelings regardless, like it is what it is. And I know that I could always choose to choose to react or not react to certain stuff. And yeah, I just choose not to react. Um, yeah, anyway, so this is live is being recorded. My name is Pimose, and this is iampimohse Tarot. I'm just gonna get ready. I always like start a little bit later. Minutes to get things going. Like I said, I had a really interesting night. Very interesting night. Um, but it's been a huge eye opener as well. Like it's been such a huge eye opener to me, and I'm very grateful regardless. You know what I mean? Like for my life and for like these learning experiences, even like the negative ones, like you have to be grateful for them because you know what I mean? Like they're building you even stronger, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Like you're being built stronger, by the hardship. So to me, it's like it's nothing new. Like I've already been through a lot of this stuff pretty much most of my life. And especially when it comes to like spiritual attacks or like psychic attacks. Um but I think the only thing is like the only thing that bothers me about them is like um they always come from people that you know what I mean, that are like that you bring in close to you, like you allow close to you. And so that makes it hard for me because I struggle a lot with trust as it is. And so and I don't really keep a whole lot of people around me. Like I really don't. um so to me it's like, you know what I mean, like I just know that I'm a very forgiving person. And I just move on. And you just forgive and move on. Like I've already experienced this kind of stuff before. And a lot of people don't understand like um how like these attacks kind of work, or how hurtful that they can be. Um and then when you realize the source of those attacks, and where they're actually coming from, like it's just absolutely shocking. And many of you will not believe this, or you may have a hard time believing it. But like I said, we have different experiences. I experienced the world on a 5D level. You experience the world, well, for the most part, I experienced the world on a 5D level, where a lot of people experience the world on a 3D level, right? So our experiences aren't going to make sense. You know what I mean? So that's number one. And then number two, it's like, it could really get to you, get to a person, it really can. And so if I'm like emotional one day, like if I'm emotional one day, it's for a reason. It's not because it just comes out of the blue. It's usually because I've been through another experience like that again. um Last night it was like somebody attacked my heart. I don't know what kind of spell work they were doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of medicine they were using. I just know that that it was pretty significant, really significant and really painful. Um, and when I found out where it was actually coming from, it was like, of course, it was a number of different people kind of like under kind of like grouped together, but you know, and it's like, to me, it's like, why? Why do you go to that extent? Like, why go to that extent? Why is it like there has to be, like there has to be something there, like why a person would behave that way, you know? And I could ask tarot in my cards and stuff like that, but it'll never be confirmed until it actually comes out, right? Until everything is out. So to me, even my complaints, right? Like even what I'm like my complaints and everything, like they likely wouldn't be taken seriously until, they're actually, you know, taken seriously by whoever, right? Whoever. But I'm like disappointed because like I said, I don't keep a whole lot of people near me. Um I don't, and when I do let somebody near me, like when I let somebody near me, it's because I trust them to come near me because I don't allow many people into my personal space because I am so energy sensitive sometimes. Like I can be really energy sensitive. Um, and so when I let somebody close or let somebody near in and they do something so like hurtful, like it's shocking every single time. And it happens every single time because a lot of people are really attracted to my light. They're really attracted to who I am as a person. I'm a good person. I've always known I'm a strong person. Don't get me fucked up. Like I've been through some shit, you know what I mean? But when I love and I care about people, and which I do, like I care for so many people, like a lot of people in my life. Um and when I love and care for those people, my own people, like every time you get burnt, it doesn't feel any less painful than the first time that it's happened. Um, when it does happen, all I do is I try to like just do my best to forgive a person. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that just because I'm forgiving them, it doesn't mean that I want that person back in my life. It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that, yeah, I want a relationship. It just means that I forgive you, right? We can both move on with our lives or whatever. And I usually never let those people back in. Like you know, that's happened to me a number of times over my over like the past probably 10 years, 15 years. And I just block them and they remain blocked out of my life. And I carry on, and there's always a new person, always a new person. Every couple of years, there's always a new person trying. So yeah, last night was just like another experience like that again, and I'm becoming so used to them um that they're just like, you know what I mean? What's new? But before it was like, oh shoot, like, you know what I mean? Like I was really, I was scared because, I was so new to all of this, and nobody ever, I never received any training, or I never received any information. I didn't even think I ever was, how much it was, not even acknowledged within me, Oh, this is beautiful. So, yeah, so if I'm a little bit off, I really apologize. Like I said, like these are actual, psychic and or spiritual attacks that do happen to me, and it takes me a little bit of time to get regrounded again. Um, because you go through a period of like, shock. Number one is like, somebody is, hurt, bothering your heart or whatever it is, like it's always it's always like it's always so sad because I don't understand why anybody would want to hurt somebody that bad, you know. I don't understand anybody who would want to do that to anybody. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it never will, and it never wanted to, because the more that it makes sense, the more that I become more like that person, and I never want to be like that. I never want to be that harmful, I'd rather leave something or leave a person than ever hurt them in a way where they make them question their, their spirituality, that cause any type of fear, especially spiritual fear, because that person loses hope, right? That person loses faith. Some people that don't understand that they're even being spiritually attacked, right? Like they'll lose they'll lose faith, they'll lose they might struggle with them own selves, like, why is this happening to me, why is this not happening to anybody else, like, or they might not want to use their gifts, right? They might not want to practice their culture, they might not want to practice religion, it really pushes, it really psychologically harm somebody, and I understand that, that's it's very hard to prove spiritual and psychic attacks, right? It's extremely hard to prove, um, because you have to actually catch somebody in the act, right? um, and so it usually goes like unreported, it usually ends up in significant situations like suicide, right? And if there's a whole group of people, attacking one person, um, it's very likely that person will take their life. It's happened a lot of times. A lot of suicides that actually occur within the community are related to that, and especially if that person is known to be from like a spiritual background, um, right? And it's just how it's been. Like I look at my dad's story. Like for example, my dad was a very strong man. He was very much like me. He had a very strong spirit, and he would always tell us like, "Don't you ever take your life. Don't you ever take the easy way out," is what he would always say. And these are just his words. I'm just sharing what what he shared with me, growing up. And so he really drove it home to us, like, you're never to take your life, right? No matter under whatever circumstance, you don't ever take your life. And so I never, it never really crossed my mind to ever do that until, after he actually did it. And it was so shocking, because he was in a halfway house when he committed suicide. And I couldn't understand, like, what was going on. Like, but I just remember being so shocked and so like my dad lied to me. Like I felt like everything that he he taught me, kind of growing up, he brought us up pretty rough, you know what I mean? Like, like, but he drove it home to us. Don't you ever take your life, right? That was like one of his big things. So we never, I never personally ever um thought about it. Personally, I never ever thought about, that kind of stuff or anything like that. And then when he did it, that was like, what the heck? Like, you know, told us never to do this, and then all of a sudden, you're doing this. And so it makes me question, like, my dad was extremely smart. He was very much like me. He had a very high IQ, and he had a very high EQ as well. Um, he was just incredibly smart man. But he had a lot of anger issues as well. A lot of anger issues, a lot of alcoholism, right? Because he struggled with a lot of abuse within his home growing up and stuff like that. So, um, so, um, so yeah. So when he went to jail and he did that, like he hung himself, like it was always so weird because he drove this home to us, and then all of a sudden, he ended up, while incarcerated. And I'm so sorry. Like I know this is a very triggering topic, but this is a reality for a lot of indigenous men a lot of indigenous men in my culture, anyways. Um, you know, and women too that end up incarcerated. And so it really makes me think like I would have got like I'm aware that I got my gifts from my both my like both my parents, my mother and my father. But I got them through my father. So I often wonder, you know what I mean? Like, was he going like through an experience like this because he was so strong? Like he would never. It was almost like how could that didn't make sense at all. Sorry. Anyways, so when somebody's going through psychological attacks or spiritual attacks, you know what I mean? Like they're attacking the mind. So there's no like there's no evidence, right? Like how can you prove that how can you prove that? You know what I mean? Like somebody is sending you this, or you know what I mean? Like you can. It's very hard to prove that kind of stuff. So you know, and it doesn't stop until somebody dies, and that somebody is usually somebody and it's happened to lots of psychics, people who are gifted with skills and natural skills and stuff like that, abilities. Because what happens is we give people belief, we give people hope, we give people, indigenous, our own communities, hope and faith. So if we are achieving, that gives hope to others, and they'll want to achieve, and they'll want to and then that makes competition and all this kind of stuff. It's like these old tiring, you know what I mean, years of growth, of expansion, of growth and expansion. People are so scared of that, and it's like no one's gonna take your spot. Like no one's gonna take your spot. We're too different, like we don't. Some people may not even have the same goals. Like, and plus, whatever's for you is gonna be for you regardless. Like weird. Anyways, today was a really like a heavy day because, like I said, last night, my heart was attacked, and it was painful. It was painful, but you know what I mean. Like the only painful part of it, because I could get over the attack, right? I could get over the psychic attack or the spiritual attack. I could get over that. I have certain things that I do and whatnot, but what I can't get over are the people who send those attacks. people who, that you trust in your home and around you, and it does make you lose faith. And if you don't have an optimistic attitude like how I do, or you know what I mean, have hope and faith and a connection to your higher power, a connection to your creator, like shit, yeah, that shit, it's gonna be really, really tough for you. Like it's gonna be hard. You might, hurt yourself, harm others. You could, you go through so much, right? And when you try to explain your gifts and you try to talk about your gifts or anything like that, like people just can't relate, even though they're indigenous and we come from a highly spiritual background. And it's like they don't believe that it exists. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I'll see if I can fix it. Is that better? Hopefully. Can you hear me, Daniel? Sorry. I'll see if it might be I have this on the wrong thing. This is Yeti. Double check on my Sorry, I gotta check this. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. It could have been just the gain or whatever. You might want to I'll turn up the gain. Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. But yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that was jarring. Like it's like it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. Scary experience, and I wouldn't want anybody else to go through it. So, as much as I want to encourage people to use their gifts, I feel kind of like the hamster, right? Like that's how I feel. I feel like a hamster. Like, are we ready? Is the world ready? Like, is our communities really ready for people to show their natural gifts? Are we open to it? And from what I see and from what I experience and from what I see and experience and from what I don't feel like we are. And that's sad because we have a lot of young people and every single one of us has gifts, right? And a lot of those gifts will never ever be uncovered. The knowledge dies with those gifts, right? The more people who don't use their natural gifts, the more that we become separated from our traditional knowledge systems. You don't have anything to pass on, you know what I mean, about your gifts or anything like that. Like if you don't have anything to pass on, how does that knowledge go on with it? It doesn't. There is no knowledge that gets carried forward or brought forward because nobody's using their gifts. Everyone's too scared to use their gifts. And as of right now, like I would say, I wouldn't want people to use their gifts right now, because if this is the type of harm that I could go through, I wouldn't encourage it. And I'm like I'm a very public person. Like I'm always in the community. I'm always like publicly in the community. I'm always, you know what I mean? I've always had that. And even then, it doesn't matter, like, to these people, whoever, they just they don't even see your purpose. They don't even see your value. They don't even see your history even. They don't care about those things, right? They don't care about your family's history even. And the importance of caring for traditional knowledge. And if they do, you know what I mean? And this is occurring within our own community. If they do, we have a lot of people who are aiding in destroying our culture and our traditional value systems and our traditional knowledge and our spirituality from growing. And that needs to stop. It really does. It really, really does. And so I advocate. And I don't care. If tomorrow I die, at least I know I died for the right purpose. At least I know that I died for the right cause. You know what I mean? And that's bringing awareness that these gifts are here. They've arrived. A lot of our children today, we're seeing a lot of autism amongst Indigenous children. Higher rates of autism, for example, right? But what people don't understand with autism is that autism is seen actually as the next, they call it like the future brain. And our kids are already developing that, right? And so people don't understand the importance. And a lot of our children are being born with their gifts. They really are. And we're suppressing and repressing and not encouraging them. We're scared, to encourage our children to share their gifts because they can be hurt and harmed, and that's the real truth. And nobody should ever, 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 ever be afraid to use their gifts, to explore their gifts, to learn more about their gifts. Nobody ever should. Every cell in my body, it says, every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. So somebody must be feeling really positive, or, you know what I mean? Just like into their affirmations, or maybe they're being encouraged to do affirmations or do positive self-talk. Maybe somebody, what I get is somebody's maybe struggling with an illness. And again, I just want to mention that I don't provide medical advice, but what I do provide is message from spirit in regards to people's health, and you are welcome to take what you want and leave what doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? I'm just like a messenger, and that's it. So somebody right now, it could be, they're struggling with some sort of dis-ease, right? There's a disease in somebody's body right now. And this could be like a mental health thing. This could be a physical health thing. We'll learn more after. Let's see what other cards come out. I don't want to jump the gun, but so everything that's coming to me, all that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. So that's in reversal. So maybe somebody's having negative thoughts. Maybe somebody's feeling a lack of confidence. You know what I mean? In regards to either their health. Maybe they're not even aware that they have a health concern. That's another thing too. And I'm not trying to scare nobody. Like I'm not trying to speak this in, but these are just a lot of the downloads that I'm receiving right now. I release my need to be right. So I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. Yeah, so the more negativity that you are going through and the more negative thought patterns that you experience, the more that you're going to increase your chances of, you know, this disease. And I'm talking about like mental health issues. I'm talking about like physical health issues. Because like I posted yesterday on my wall about how our thought patterns, right? Like not so much our thought patterns, but our behaviors and actions towards others. So that's why I speak about narcissism a lot. I really do. I speak about narcissism a lot because it's epidemic. You know what I mean? Like it's like it really is. And don't get me wrong, we are all narcissistic. However, there is extremely malignant narcissism, and people who are like who aren't, who haven't had the haven't had a good upbringing, right? And they're bringing, they're causing harm and hurt and harm within their communities and stuff like that. And then they get these mysterious diseases where your body starts attacking itself, or you know what I mean? Like these things start popping up in their lives, and they're wondering, well, what did I do wrong? Ever do a reading on shrooms? No. I don't do drugs. Sorry, I don't do like, you know what I mean? I don't do any type of like substances, shrooms, weed, nothing. No. I have to keep a clear, you know what I mean? I have to keep a clear channel. So, um, and that's the only reason why. And I know that like it's a psychedelic, blah blah blah, it opens you up to more, and I know all that. Anyways, so yeah, anyway, so whoever I'm speaking to is somebody who is, you know what I mean? Like they may be feeling it at a negative in a negative space, but they're trying to let that go because maybe it's irritating some form of like either mental health illness, or even physical health illness, or they're starting to understand how this is all connected and works kind of together. um yeah, so there's some growth that's definitely happening right now. There's somebody who's going through some growth or an awareness. um they're looking for, you know what I mean, just more, coming to a more peaceful place. But they are, it could be that they're having a lot of self-doubt, as I said. You know what I mean? Like they're if you're not there, you will get there, is what I hear. Yes. So let's see if there's any other messages. Huh. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely like a health thing. Ooh, lots of reversals. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. So, whatever is occurring right now, like if it's manifesting as a physical illness or a mental health illness, or even just emotional irregularities or whatever, it could be because you're not letting go of um what other people think. You know what I mean? Or you're letting other people control what it is that and how you function. And that's like a codependency thing, right? Codependent behavior. Yeah, so and that's the one thing too. Like people don't understand. This is so beautiful. When somebody I know is like a codependent person, or you know what I mean, like is waking up to their own narcissistic patterns and behaviors and stuff like that, you don't know how inspiring it is to others to take ownership. You have no idea, because it takes real courage to do that. It takes real, like, you know, like courage to say, I take ownership of what I did, or whatever it is, right? Like people don't understand how big of a deal that is, you know? Like, and and the only reason why why I know it's a big deal is because I had to do the same shit. I had to look at my own shit and be like, where are my narcissistic patterns? You know what I mean? Like, and what do I need to do to change those things in my life so I could be a better parent, so I could be a better friend, so I could be a better person. And it really had to it takes having to look at your shit, because I still have narcissistic patterns that pop up, right? And that's because of my trauma. Like, it really is. It's because of my trauma, and I give myself grace. Yeah, I give myself grace. I give myself um grace. Like, that's all you can do. Like, you're gonna fall back into old patterns. Things are never gonna be perfect. Absolutely not. No freaking way. That's not how it works. Healing is not a linear process. And if you're healing from so much trauma in your life, and like me, like, if you're somebody like me who's been through like real shit, and you're healing from it, like, it'll never ever be linear, and that work will never ever be done. You will heal for the rest of your life, even in your afterlife. You know what I mean? Like, so the whole point is to heal as much as you can, because not only are you healing your shit, but you're healing your generational, your ancestors, your generational trauma as well, the stuff that's been passed on to you, you know? Like, okay, so somebody has this card here, and it says, attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Yeah, so this person, whoever this is like, and this could be like, I'm sorry to say, but this, like, it definitely looks like a sexual, like something to do with sexual, like, I see that, like spiritual attack in regards to sex control, right? If you are experiencing those things and you're trying to control relationships through sex and stuff like that, like, no wonder why you have the issues that you have in your life, because like, you're calling those things to you through your actions, through your behaviors towards others, right? And if you feel like shit, that's probably the reason why. Like, it's the reason why, right? And so we got to look at those things, and like I said, it's hard, but like, you're looked at like a hero, like you really are. There's other men, right? If you're a man and you own your shit, guess what other men are going to do? They're going to think that's pretty fucking dope of you. You know what I mean? And they may even want to say, "Hey man, if he could do it, I could do it too." You give other people hope when you make the changes within your own self. And so that's why I make it such a big deal, and that's why I always tell people, no matter what, like, you could come back from anything. Everybody has value. No matter what it is that you did that is hurtful or harmful, if you took ownership instead of run from it, not only like do you not only does that make you like, it just makes you feel different from running from it, you know? So that's about like, and it ties into everything. It even ties into sobriety and recovery, right? Like, when you take ownership, one of the biggest things, and somebody doesn't want me to talk about this, but um dog just starts barking every time I go in on this. Um But like, when you take ownership of your responsibility in situations, and if you are somebody who struggles with narcissism, or if you are somebody who struggles with, taking ownership and stuff like that, you don't know how freeing that is, not just for the person, but it is for yourself, because you stop running, you stop the need to hide. It's almost like you start to really want to say it more to other people that you have hurt in the past, and that's okay to want to do. That's a very human thing to do, you know? Okay, so this it says I can expand time when I'm inspired. I can expand time when I'm inspired. And then the next one is I cherish every cell in my body. So just be mindful. Like I feel like somebody may have like I hate to say it, it's either you or your person that may have an STD and you need to go get checked. Or your person had an STD, definitely. Yeah. Or your karmic, it could be your karmic too. One night stand or whatever. So just make sure that you know what I mean. Like you are getting checked because this person had something that stays with you or caught something. You know what I mean, that stays with them for the rest of their life. Ex. Yeah. And I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that, but it's just what's coming up on here. There's a lot of darkness, so maybe you are aware of this. Whoever I'm speaking to could be aware of this. That or yeah. So owning my power inspires others to do the same, and I'm not afraid to shine. Yeah, I love that. Like you could be even like you and I sorry to scare you, but like you could even be going through like you're starting to wake up. You know what I mean? A little by little. Because I see this is like a cell. So it's you know what I mean? This is also like you got two cards here that look really similar and the same, right? Like you're surrounded by darkness right now, so you have a lot of dark thoughts, but you are starting to see how if you switch your thought patterns and stuff like that, you could change the outcome, or you could change the what do you call it? The change, you know what I mean? What it is that you're experiencing, your outer world. I can expand time when I'm inspired. Well, like, I guess I don't know. Like, it's like, um, with this one, I feel like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, but like, that's what I get. I get like, I'm so sorry, but like somebody's person might be, or yeah, one of their exes could be finding out that they have a incurable STD, or like it's something serious enough where it's like maybe they didn't know all this time. But you know what I mean? Like, and so owning my power inspires others to do the same. The same. Yeah, yeah. See, like, you're very inspiring. You're whoever this is, like, even if you're in a dark place right now, like, you are a very inspiring person. You know what I mean? Like, once you wake up all your cells and once you wake up to your actual potential, you know what I mean? You could be a very inspiring person, a genuinely inspiring person. So it's not just somebody who's going out there, and being fake about it. Like you're actually an authentic person who isn't, who's inspiring just by being who they are. Um, yeah. So my power lies in my peaceful presence. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, like there could be so much. There's so much stuff going on here. Like I feel there's more than one energy here for sure. So this definitely could be you. You could be starting to realize, like, you're surrounded by all of this drama, but it's, you know what I mean? Like it's all about changing the out. Like how I see it is like whoever I'm speaking to is trying to change the outside of their situation, right? Like they're trying to change what it is that is occurring outside of them. So their environment, right? And that could be in the form of like a relationship, a job, right? Like it could be in the form of like a house move or whatever it is, like move to a new community. So whatever it is like, you're trying somebody, whoever I'm speaking to is trying to make this change. All that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. So by asking for, okay, let me be still today. So even these two cards right now. So pink is like a really, you know what I mean? Like pink is like some considered like a friendship color, but like love too. It represents like love, whereas red kind of represents passion and stuff like that. So I see a lot of pink in here. So whoever it is whoever I'm speaking to, maybe really starting to feel like, you know what I mean? Like maybe this is what it is like um you know what I mean? Like they're feeling more in love with themselves, with life, in general, like relationship wise, maybe. They're starting to still see how powerful love can really be, you know what I mean? Um, like I see inspiration. So somebody, whoever it is, you could be really inspired by somebody, or somebody's really inspired by you, or you could be really inspiring, is what I see. All that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. It says, let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. So I feel like whoever this is kind of like, definitely hermit mode, maybe, or doing some reflection even. But that's still hermiting, like whether it's a day or a week or whatever it is. But you could be like really reflecting and allowing yourself to make more room for introspection, which is good. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, good for you. So yeah, I see that like I even see this here as like, I even see this here, right? As like you could have been messing, or your person could have been messing with somebody that wasn't so healthy. Definitely wasn't so healthy. Yeah. And yeah, anyway, so they could have had you in a third party, right? Or you could have had your person in a third party. Or an ex of yours is in a third party. I don't know. Let's clarify this anyways. Yeah. But for the most part, it's like super optimistic. Coming from a dark place, like being somebody who has come from a dark place, like I just always focus on love for myself and love for others as much as possible. A lot of people think that they know me just because they make a couple posts on Facebook, but like they really don't know me. Like I'm a really kind and genuine person. Like who I am is who I say I am, right? Like I'm a nice person, but like I'm a bitch with boundaries too, Like that's just how I am. Like I grew up in the fucking hood. Like come on. And I would never survive this long if I wasn't strong, right? Anyways, let's clarify this stuff. Um, Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so what is that? So I see somebody already is like very much in this celebratory type of, like you're having fun, right? Like you're, maybe life isn't like exactly perfect, or whoever this is, maybe, I don't know. We'll see what the energy is. I need to see everything. This is nice. This is good energy. Okay, so I have like the 3 of Cups, right? Celebration card. So you could be having, you know what I mean? Like celebrating right now, like just like, you know what I mean? Just in a good mood. You got 2 cards here. Sorry. Yeah, I knew it was going to go that way. Hold on, I want to get one more card. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so you could be somebody who is like, you know, just feeling really good today, or like, you know, not like super good, but like, you know, like you're just feeling really good. You could be like celebrating with the community, or at least, or you could be like, you know, upcoming, if it's not, if you aren't already, or with friends, you know what I mean? Because you are seen as like the 9 of Pentacles. So this energy here is like basically somebody who, because you could, the most pentacles you could have in a deck is 10, right? So so you're in like this minor, you know, this Empress energy right now. You really are. You're really in this like Empress energy. You're beautiful. You're enjoying life. You are good, single. Whoever this is, like you're good. You know what I mean? Um, and so like, yeah, you're really in this like Empress in the Minor Arcana energy. You know, you may have like you may be very intuitive. Like you may be somebody who's very intuitive, or you may be somebody who is just not focused on love right now. Like you could just be not focused on love, not focused on, you know, because I see her hands like crossing over her heart. And so like she's kind of like blocking out love, right? And she's doing what her intuition is telling her. So you might be just, you know, you might be a very intuitive person, somebody who trusts in their intuition. And like I have the Death card here, right? And you could have been in this very like so you could be in this very like I don't know, like it's almost like, I want to say not so much restricted, but like withholding, right? Like you don't want to share yourself with so many people. You could have been like that, but like you're really starting to open up, and people may be starting to even warm up to you too, because they could see you like in this very like this one-dimensional type of person, right? Like, and that's what social media does too, though. You got to be careful, like because all you see is what a person posts, right, or what they write. You don't actually see what that person is like behind the social media stuff. So, anyways, so you could be like that, and spirit is telling me that's that could be the truth. So I could be speaking to a divine feminine, or yeah, divine feminine for sure. Um yeah. Spirit is telling me I'm speaking the truth, but not only that, like you are very much protected right now. So for whatever reason you were withholding, you're being told you don't have to. You don't have to withhold. If you feel like, you know what I mean, like you have to hide yourself or anything like that, like, you know, you don't have to, like, that's what I'm being told by spirit. Because you are protected definitely by the divine. you know a lot of people use fear, right? So people kind of like, if you are a highly intuitive person, a lot of people will use fear, tactics to try to control you from using your skills, your natural gifts and stuff like that, right? And so you could have received a lot of attacks in the past. Scared of that, why you're withholding. But just know that you are protected if you decide. You don't have, that's not something that you have to do. You definitely don't have to do that until you're like comfortable. So like I said, you could have been like receiving some sort of spell work or whatever. You might be scared just because you don't want that to happen. Um you also could be getting like you're being protected too. Like if you had somebody in your life that was coming in and like trying to make this, like make a false offer towards you, like that's like what I'm being shown, or whatnot, is like they're not even able to kind of like move forward with the King of Cups, or the United Cups, sorry. They're like being blocked. And every time they try to move forward, like this is what's happening to them. You know what I mean? Because the Knight of Cups is like, I don't know, like he's still like in that very kind of like young energy. I'm younger energy, but I don't, yeah. So he may be being blocked, and he may be like feeling like left out in the cold or whatever, right? But what he doesn't realize is that your Knight of Pentacles, or your Knight of Cups, doesn't realize like there's support right behind him. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of whatever, for whatever reason, why he's being blocked, right? Support right behind him. And it already says, like, right, basically, for stabbing you in the heart. It really hurt you, betrayed you, right? I was just talking about that earlier. Could be like two people, definitely, these two people that were involved doing that. Thinking that, you know what I mean, like they were gonna bring an end, because I see this like, usually I see this as like, like victory, kind of like that, like this, like you have it all type thing, success type stuff. But I don't. I see that as like, like paradise for this high priestess. So this, yeah, this queen, or what is this Empress in the Minor Arcana, who's actually a high priestess. I feel like if this is you, like if you are in this Empress energy or this high priestess energy and you're experiencing anything like that, like I want to give you hope and be like, be careful, it's not going to happen again. But there was just some cards that I seen that they could be like planning another attack, right? So just be mindful, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's not safe for you, like don't even revisit it. Like that's what I gotta say. It's not worth it. See? Yeah. So they could be like waiting for their ships to come in, whoever this is. These two energies that are feeling blocked out. They're checking to see if whatever it is that they've done, the spell work that they've already done or are about to do, like they could be checking your social media to see if those like whatever it is that they're manifesting is going to occur or happen, right? Because like I said, they want to um you know betray you. And it is, it could be somebody who is, you know what I mean, with very skilled with like magic, right? Like very skilled with spell work, very skilled with stuff like that, right? Yeah. So this could be somebody, like I said, like because he's coming in the night is the Knight of Cups. It could be somebody from your past for sure. Yeah, but creator, like your higher your spirit guide or spirit is telling you, like be strong. Like you are very, very strong and you are much stronger than whatever it is that they are sending you to try and hurt you. And that you are going to be moving forward in whatever it is that you do because you're a boss like that. You know what I mean? You're a boss no matter what anybody says or does, like you are very much, you know, you're somebody who's just like gonna stay focused on yourself and on your journey and moving forward. Yeah. And you're gonna have victory. You're gonna have a lot of victory. So don't worry. Like don't worry about anything. You know what I mean? It may be shocking or whatnot, but yeah. I feel for you though, because a lot of times, I feel for you because a lot of times people don't even know, but just know that you have support. See those people in the background? You have people who are just like you that are watching and who are standing beside you. Yeah. See, because they know. We know. Right? There's this energy right now that's kind of like around you. Or maybe, that's kind of trying to keep you tied because you're the empress, right? You're so creative, you're so abundant, you're so beautiful, you're every queen in the deck. You're amazing. You're just absolutely amazing. And you have so much like hope and determination and goals. Yeah, this is beautiful. Look at that. Like, yeah, see? We have the Hierophant here. And like normally I don't see this as like normally, you know what I mean? Lately I've been seeing this as something else like almost like yeah. Yeah. Normally I see this as like I just see this as God creator, right? Now I see this as spirit. Um and whoever it is like under judgment, right? That is trying to keep you or put you in this energy. Right? Yeah, and you're gonna have a new beginning in love. In spirituality, like you're just so amazingly strong. You're gonna have a level up, as well. Hmm. Yeah, and you'll have this new beginning. You'll definitely have this new beginning. Like this is the world card, right? And those who are like watching, which could be this like you have people who are watching you. Start coming out. There you go. Swords. And this King of Swords is very feeling like guilty. Very guilty. You know? Because not only is he watching to see what if there's any effects, you know what I mean? But he may be more concerned with his cups spilt over than your actual than you being okay. You know what I mean? Like he's more concerned if how do you say how do I say this? Like he's not concerned with how he hurt you. He's just concerned if it is hurting you. You know what I mean? Like there's not really anything genuine there, right? Because all he sees is that you're this Queen of Pentacles. Could be like I said, you are more than just this Queen of Pentacles. You are all 4 queens in the deck. You're actually the Empress. Did I pull the High Priestess? Yeah. See, like look at that. This is your energy. This is your energy, right? But this King of Wands or whatever only sees you as this. So yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're coming in, gonna make you this offer is this Knight of Cups. Maybe a really small offer or whatever. They think you're gonna bite it, you know, like take that. They offer you like, oh, I'll give you this 10 of Cups. Let me give you this 10 of Cups, but really I'm gonna just, you know, end up stabbing you in the back again. Just be mindful, right? Use your intuition. Because not only that, like it looks like you like, you know, like this is what something like that will bring into your life. Right? Look at all those wands. But not only that, look at all those people. You know, and you don't if you're somebody who's like in this Empress energy, this High Priestess energy, like, you know, you're already abundant. You already, you know, like I'm not saying like you don't have to be kind to the person, but like you don't have to be in a relation, be involved with anybody like that who's gonna put you in this energy. You know, they might have benefited from it actually. That might have, you know, because I see like this King of Wands jump into the Hierophant. So if I said that, maybe they think it's maybe they think they're the Hierophant. I don't know. But they jump from this King of Wands into the Hierophant. I didn't even see the Emperor out here. See a Tower card, right? People standing at a distance. They're having a tower right now. Whoever's watching you is currently having a tower moment right now. Or they will be having a tower moment. Could be 2 people, right? Yeah. Why? Because you're following your destiny, right? This is the 11. This is the 4 of Wands. 11 card. And again, like you can, you know what I mean? Like usually I see this as like your divine, you know what I mean? Like your divine counterpart. But I want you to know that you can love yourself just as much, if not more. People don't realize that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you are this High Priestess and this Empress. You have this energy. You should protect your energy, definitely. Because if you have people coming in treating you like this ten of swords, right? Keeping you in this energy, It's hard to manifest in that. Extremely hard to manifest in that energy. It's hard to move forward, right? And but just know that you can achieve this on your own. You don't necessarily need somebody to do that with, right? And you'll still be successful because you'll still move forward. You'll still, yeah. That's so dope. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you're still definitely still gonna have this new beginning. Anyways, I'm gonna close these cards and see what kind of affirmations come up. I love this card for you. You deserve it. If that's you. No one deserves heartbreak, or you know what I mean, pain like that. Like nobody does that. Nobody does. Love is supposed to be like gentle and kind. I know that we're all, it is what it is. I always romanticize love just because, yeah, like it's just how I am. No matter what I've been through, like I always try and like look at love is, like not something that I should ever block out, right? Ever. Maybe with certain people, but yeah, let's do some self-care cards. Affirmations. So let's check it out. Affirmations. Spirit, what are some final messages? The law of attraction works in my favor. The law of attraction is a powerful tool for manifestation. You attract more of what you focus on. So by making positive thoughts, the center of attention in your life, you draw opportunities to experience additional good fortune. So yeah, try your best. You know what I mean? It's not easy, especially if you're new to changing your thought patterns. It's not easy at all. Like you really have to hi Chili. You really have to work at it, right? Like if you're somebody who is like me, who came from a lifestyle where it, where it's always negative, or where it was always constantly negative, that's all you've really kind of ever dealt with. It's going to take time, so be patient with yourself. But the whole point is like, a little bit at a time, because even a little bit is still progress in the right direction, right? A lot of people don't count it as, or like, if they mess up, they go, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not learning anything. Like, they're so critical on themselves, but little do they know that over time, the more that they practice that skill, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger at it, right? Some people are starting right from scratch at, at older ages. It's just what it is, right? Because they never gave themselves that opportunity to heal. So setbacks propel me forward. There you go. Like if you've had a setback in your life right now, you're being told that that you can always change the outcome. And it's an illusion to think that you can. Right? I feel like I'm surprised I don't see forgiveness out here. Yeah, I probably will. Maintain a positive attitude and keep going. Make your biggest setback your greatest comeback. Think of yourself as a slingshot. The further you pushed or pulled will generate more energy to surpass the previous position. So, like I said, if you were somebody who was in like a third party, right? Because I see this as like a third party, like this Y stick, and so if you were treated as a third party, or you treated somebody like they were a third party, just know sometimes in those situations you need to be able to forgive yourself, right? And maybe that's why I brought that up. Like, you need to be able to forgive yourself and take ownership, because when you take ownership, that allows you to move forward, right? That's what creates progress. But if you're not, like, if you're not somebody who can do that, you're gonna stay stuck, right? I choose love. So, love is a divine energy, and you have an endless capacity to share it. Strengthen your heart and mind and consciously act out of love to create an aura of appreciation and peace. When you deliberately choose love in all situations, you're making a decision to approach life with compassion and understanding, right? And that's not just like for others, because love starts with yourself. It starts with yourself, your children, you know what I mean? Like, and then whatever, your partners, blah 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 blah. That's how I see it, anyways. Um, but like, you have to, in order for you to give love, you have to give yourself that love. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about materialistic love. So many people think, like, I don't even think love is materialistic. I don't even look at it like that. And I find it hard to believe that. And I've no, I'm it's not, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound judgmental, because people really do have these belief patterns, especially today, that you know um you have to have a certain amount of material to love or be loved, and that's not true at all. Like, if anything, that slows you down in life. You know what I mean? Having that kind of mentality, I was never like I was so broke growing up. Like, that's all we had was love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's really all sometimes you have is like love for yourself, right? To live. Yeah. So my thoughts are healthy, therefore I am healthy. So, a mindset of self acceptance and body positivity is key to a healthy mind and body. By actively taking steps to incorporate healthy eating habits and positive self talk, you can balance your physical and psychological well being while working towards an improved quality of life. So, yeah, so if you want to move forward in an area, right, and if you want to attract the things that you want in life, and that could be love, career, relationships, you need to begin with self love, right? That's basically what I'm being told, and it starts with your thoughts, right? And sometimes, though, I want to make it clear that if you're wondering, if you're a person that gets stuck, like, in taking initiative, just know that action, like, how does it go? It's always action before motivation. So don't wait until you feel motivated or inspired to do something. Like, oh, you know what I mean? You're going to be waiting a long time. You got to take the action, and then the inspiration, and then the motivation follows after that, right? You got to get yourself like in that pattern, build that pattern, and it's always action before motivation. So you may not feel motivated, you may not feel inspired to do something, but do it anyway. Like, yeah. Here we go. And then I just want to see, yeah, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Let release control, go with the flow. That's what I see. You need more flexibility in your life. Allow yourself to go with the flow. There you go. Decide. Decide. Right? If you are being treated like a third party or whatever, like, you have that choice to make decisions for yourself. Sorry, my nails are fucked up. I have to go to the nail salon Monday. My nail artist wasn't in. If it's time for you to make a decision, call upon your spirit guides and ask for help. Yeah. So in so if you're somebody who is very controlling, you need to control things, you feel like you need that's what makes you feel stable. You're trying to practice new tools, new patterns, new behaviors, you need to relinquish control. You got where you're at. with the control that you've used. And if you're happy with your situation, which I don't believe you are if you're watching up until this point, you need to start relinquishing that control and trusting in your higher power and trusting in your spirit guides or whatever it is. Friends came up in reversal. Maybe you could be spend more time with your friends, share your thoughts with someone who understands you. Be mindful, like that came up in reversal, right? This friends card. Be mindful with who you share your information with. Not everybody wants to see you making positive choices for yourself. No one wants, like, look at gold is upside down, reversal, bottom of the deck. They don't want to. They may not want to see you. Yeah. Achieve goals either. But anyways, yeah, that's the energy. Anyways, that's what I got. Heal. This is a beautiful card. So if you are in healing, you're being encouraged to continue to heal. You have the natural gift for healing through your hands, words, and actions. So if you didn't know that, just know that that's what your spirit guides are telling you. Like, if you're somebody who's coming from a dark place, who's trying to move into a more positive place, like who's been through a few things, especially within their relationships, right? Continue healing. You have so much gifts, so much uncovered gifts right now. Anyways, those are your guys' messages. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sharing your energy with me. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can book a reading with me through www.iampimohse.ca, or you can email me at iampimohse.ca. Yeah, and if you're interested, you can definitely donate to this channel. Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Have a good evening, guys. Bye.